Good morning and welcome to Breakfast with Roger Johnson and Luxmy Gopal.
Hello, good morning. Our headlines today.
We'll be speaking to him again in the next hour or so. But now let's have a look at some of the other stories making the news today, including, Roger, I think you're going to start with the news of the manhunt continuing.
Yeah, indeed. Luxmy, thank you. Charging SUVs.
Yeah, and we're going to be looking at potential plans to consider whether that should be brought into parts of London as well. So that will be, I think, just before 9 later.
No doubt she was one of the stars of last year's Strictly. See how it's looking. Matt is with us this morning. Matt, morning to you. I bet you could get your leg up.
Oh, you could, Matt. Well, I mean, that is amazing. What's amazing is that they've got nearly 2 million followers on Instagram as well.
There you go.
They're living the high life.
Speaking of amazing, let's talk to Jane about the opening of the Six Nations yesterday, Jane.
If you like rugby, then all your Christmases came at once.
Yeah.
Because from Friday right the way through to yesterday, it was just great match after great match after great match. And I think probably the highlight of yesterday was the Wales-Scotland game, because it was so incredible. They're saying that I'm not impartial. I am. No, they were there to see Messi.
Oh, my word. David Beckham must have felt a bit, neglected.
Well, Beckham, 8-time Ballon d'Or winner, Messi, let me think.
Well, we know what your decision is on that, Jane. Thank you. Right,
it's 6:33. We'll be back with the headlines for you at 7 o'clock. Now on Breakfast, it's time for Unspun World with Johnson.
There, and as he mentioned, the Defence Committee, we're actually going to be hearing from the chairman of the Defence Committee a little bit later. But now let's find out about some of the other stories making the news today, including one you heard in the headlines. Roger, this is the continued update on the manhunt.
Yes, Luxmy, thank you. Preparing to get up and about, maybe take the dog for a walk or whatever. Matt, morning to you.
Good morning, Roger. Good morning to you as well.
Amazing outfits, though. Thank you, Jane. Those incredible old curling outfits.
Yeah, we've got some old wooden skis my mum used to have from years ago.
Matt, thank you. We'll speak to you later this morning.
We will, when we will be over on...
Good morning if you're just joining us, and welcome if you've come over from BBC One.
Yeah, it's good to have your company. Luxmy Gopal and Roger Johnson with Breakfast this morning. But
well, let's get more on the day's stories now with Roger, who's going to start, first of all, with the latest on the manhunt after that attack in Clapham.
Yeah, indeed, Luxmy.
I love it. Ripping up the dance floor.
Ripping up the dance floor,
yes,
maybe. That could be the way to do it.
There you go. You should be a headline writer with puns like that, Roger.
I should be. Right, shall we have a look at the weather, see whether there are any great headlines out of today's weather? Matt's got the forecast a bit drizzly and a bit grey, but...
James, first of all, tell us a little bit about when you realised that you had tinnitus.
Well, it's the 6 that had measles, German measles, chicken pox, mumps, the lot. I asked and they told me, and I suddenly realised that the noise that I'd had in my head...
Described the different sounds, and actually earlier on the programme we played a couple of examples of the sounds, and I think there's one that is stereotypically associated with tinnitus, this sort of high whining sound. I think you described a little earlier when you sat down here, you described it as the test card sound.
Yeah, it's something that's kind of...
Both you in the studio and Nick speaking to us to help with the understanding of this condition. So thank you so much, James, for coming into the studio, and thank you, Nick, for speaking to us down the line.
Thanks, Nick, and thank you to everyone who got in touch. We've had a number of emails from people who are all living with the same condition.
Yeah, huge response from people listening. Well, it's now 8:27, and on Breakfast, you'll know if you're a regular viewer that we followed...
Thank you, Matt.
Thanks very much.
Have a nice weekend, what's left of it as well. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday.
Thank you.
It's 10 to 9 now. In the past hour, thing for people who have it. Thanks for getting in touch.
Yeah, thank you so much for all your comments. That's all we've got this morning on Breakfast, but Breakfast will be back tomorrow at 6. Have a lovely day.
Have a good day.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching.